it's Pam with 44 Marketplace and Creative Finishes by Pam. And I'm here today to do as I promised. I'm going to demonstrate my new Graco sprayer that you guys saw me unbox the other day. But before I do, I wanted to give everybody a quick overview of it so that you can see how great this amazing thing is. I sprayed paint with it yesterday. It's the bomb diggity for sure. But also I wanted to give you the specifics on it because it's truly amazing. So I'm going to slide you over here so you guys can see what I'm doing a little better. Okay, the Graco, it's a FinishPro HVLP 9.5, and it even has Start Smart technology, which means when I press my button up, this turbine starts when I press the trigger and it begins to spray, and it kind of learns that it's spraying, and 10 seconds after I let off the trigger, this will shut down the turbine that is powering it. Hey Patricia! And this is the turbo control right here. So you'll see when we cut it on how it lights up, and you'll see that I don't even have it hardly on and it sprays like unbelievably. You can't imagine. This is the breather over here. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is actually an air filter. And this air filter is almost as big as the one on my car. It's amazing. It has a Loctite that fastens on here. This hose actually screws in here. I'm going to move you guys closer so you can see. Can you guys see the air filter on the end here? And then this is where the air hose connects. So this is my air hose that goes to it. And this is the connector. It's just a quick fit that goes onto my gun, and they sent me 2 guns, so I'm going to show you how the gun comes apart so you guys can see for future reference. Because this gun is made so that it even sprays upside down. So you can see this is the way it is, and this is the way it connects. Can you see the fitting? Alright, so it's connected. Alright. So we're going to disconnect it, and you can actually cut off the airflow right here with this cutoff valve. And yes, I have monkeyed with every little piece of it. Because this does not have a siphon tube down in the cup, it actually pulls the interior cup up, and that's what makes it so I can spray upside down, sideways, whatever I want. And we all know that's me, right? So to open it up, you have to disconnect this. So we're going to pull that loose, and it threads through the front here, and we're going to turn this. Actually, you can even disconnect this. I'll show you. So the gun just disconnects just like that, and there's your actual gun. And here's the settings. This controls your air. Can you see where it says air? Okay, this controls the fluid. It's in the back. For some reason, there you go. That controls the fluid. And this actually is yet another control to control the spread. So that turns that. All right. So the great thing about this is this comes off, and it's just a ring. But this sits down. Can you see that little lip on the edge? That sits down over the flex cup that's inside here. And the flex cup is flexible. And the flex cup is flexible so that when it is pressurized, it actually sucks the cup up against the top, which makes it so that you don't need a siphon down into the fluid that you have in there. So, I do have 2 of these, and those flex cups can either be washed out or you can reuse them. And you know me, I'm cheap, so I've been reusing it. I already reused the one that the paint was in. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up because it is amazing. And you guys know what I like for you to do when I do videos. It helps me out a lot. Let your friends know we're doing a video. Alright, and when you reconnect it, you just put it back through its little hole. And we've already got our top coat put in there. And you guys get to learn with me because I've not sprayed any top coat in this before. So you guys are going to get to see how great it sprays. I've only sprayed paint. So we've got this all set up. And I'm going to hang it back up here with the rest of my stuff. Alright, so we are going to spray our top coat today. And I already have my gun loaded. And I've got it hanging up in the booth here. So you can see the fluid is already in there. and we are all set. So I'm going to move you guys away, and I'm going to start this up. So there is going to be some noise involved. I'll show you what it's going to sound like. It's going to sound like that, and we're going to top coat this desk, and you guys can see how quickly it does it. And the atomization of this is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's amazing. So I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to move you guys over here so we can avoid top coat on the camera, maybe. And I'm going to tilt you down so you can see the spraying. And I'm going to have my mask on so I can't talk, so you won't have to hear that. All right. So I'm going to show you as it atomizes, as it sucks it up. Can you see how this is? Can you see inside here? All right. That way you can see until it makes contact. Now we actually have fluid coming out. Can you see how it pulled the flex cup up? That's what I wanted you to see. The overspray is almost zero. It's unbelievable. So just that quick, we have top coated our piece with our new Graco, and the closer you get, the closer up the spray is, and the more condensed it is, I guess is a good word for it. So, does anybody have questions about it? I'm happy to answer them as best I can. I've run it through its paces, and everything works unbelievably well. You don't have to get that close to it, and you can hear it's on power save. so it did not come on. But the atomization is unlike anything I've ever seen. The atomization of your product makes it go on so much smoother than even the Erlex that I've used for years. It's amazing. And I know a lot of people have had issues with streaks and stuff like that. There's no chance of it with this. And I don't know if you noticed what I was spraying, but I actually used gift wrap on the insides of this. So I actually just sprayed over it just now. Are you using Dixie Belle satin top coat? No, actually it is one of my mixtures again. It is some gator hide with some flat clear coat mixed in. On a desk, I just can't take a chance of not having gator hide. So I have been mixing gator hide and flat clear coat. And, well, right now all you can see is that it's wet. But when I'm done, it is in the navy on the top of it. But I added some streaks of white wax last night and made sure it was dry today. I ran a fan on it, so you will get to see it when it dries. Does anybody have questions? Okay, well, we will be putting a second coat on this shortly. And if you guys do come up with questions, let me know. I do need hardware for this, and so I'm going to go on the D-Lawless site and grab me some hardware. Can I handle thin paint without spitting? Absolutely. I don't know if you can tell. Can you see how this pulls that inner piece up? So it doesn't matter what kind it has. And something I didn't show you. Hang on, let me cut this off. It actually has a toolbox on the side of it. It actually has a toolbox on the side of it. I'm going to show it to you. Where I've got the other needles. I don't know if you guys know, but it comes with more than one needle. Up here on the side is storage for the needles. It is a FinishPro HVLP 9.5. But here are the other needles and everything that goes with them. So if you're like me, sometimes you put things up from yourself and you forget where they are. Well, with this, you don't have to worry about it. If you take a needle out, it has storage in its little toolbox so that you can put it in there. And it's super easy to take apart. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes to clean it up. And it's just amazing. And I don't know if you could see, so I'm going to cut it on so you can see. That's how low I have the turbine. I don't even have it up halfway. So, how do you clean it? I'll show you right quick. This one has no product in it, and I'm not ready to clean it up yet. My one with product, because I got to put my second coat on. But you do what I showed you before. You disconnect here, and you pull your little fill tube off the side so that you've got that open. Pull this lid off, just like that, and that gets you to your flex cup, which comes out, and that's easily cleaned. And then this actually has a strainer in the top. Can you guys see that? It has a strainer in the top. So not only do I strain my paint, but it also has a strainer built into it, which makes it amazing. So you're less likely to get a blob in there or something to get it stopped up. And when you get ready to take the gun apart, it comes apart like this. I'm going to show you right quick since somebody asked. Alright, so that comes off the front, screws right off, and this, can you see it has little finger? So it comes right off, just like this. That's what the paint comes through. Can you see that nozzle? Come on. Alright, so there's what the paint comes through, and this is what helps it to turn. So there you go. Once you run water through there, and it comes right through this hose, which is a flexible one, yes, the compressor is built into this. It's self-propelled, so you don't have to have a separate compressor. And the power of this thing is amazeballs. I have to tell you, it's unbelievable. And you just, once it's all clean, you just screw it back together, and this screws right back on here. just like that, and that's it. That's all there is to cleaning up. It also, you can take your, hey Stephanie, you can take your gun apart here and change out the needle. It's amazing. Gina, I haven't looked it up, but now Graco sent me this one, and somebody said it was $1,500 and somebody else said it was $2,000. So I'm really not sure. I haven't looked up the cost of it. But I can tell you it is unbelievable. And like I say, you can spray from any direction. So, we are going to reassemble this right quick, and you guys can see it's super easy to use. And the atomization is unparalleled. I've never seen anything that atomizes paint like this does. It's idiot-proof to get a good finish, because if you keep it moving and don't let it run, there's no way you cannot have a good finish. What needle did I use? You know, I don't remember which one I decided. Let me see. I can tell you by looking in here what I've got left. Let's see what I've got in my little toolbox over here. The 4 and the 5. So I must have needle number 6 in here. So there you go. If you have questions about it, please feel free to ask them. I'm happy to answer anything that I can. Like I say, yesterday was the first day that I've sprayed with it, but I am super impressed by it. So I can tell you that, well, Teresa, this one is the HVLP 9.5 ProContractor series. So I don't know if that's one of the ones you saw, but it is great. I mean, it sprays upside down and everything. I do still thin the paint some. Yes, I do still thin the paint some, because, you know, mineral paint is a little thicker than most paint anyway. But yes, I did thin the paint down some. So, questions? All right, well, we are going to, my top coat is already dry, so those of you who want to stay around, I'm going to spray my second coat of top coat, and we'll get going. I got to tilt you guys back down so you can see the piece. All right, and just that quickly, we are done with our second coat. So, it is fantastic. I will show you my little piece over here so you guys can see what we've done. The center panels are done with spoon flower gift wrap, and it's amazing. And if you guys have questions, like I say, I'm happy to answer them. But this unit is definitely much faster than my Erlex, and I didn't know that was possible because I thought my Erlex was fast. But you guys saw how quickly we got that done. So I am beyond pleased. The Graco is amazing, and if you guys get a chance, look up Graco sprayers. It is definitely worth the investment, and we're done for the day. How long does it take to clean up the sprayer? Not even 5 minutes. Everything comes apart, and it's super easy. So, if you guys are looking for a sprayer, look up the Graco. It is the bomb diggity for sure. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Love you, baby brother.